Alright, so here we are at the my new used Blazer. This is a 98 Blazer, and like many of them, it's got the sagging doors. And you can actually see that bottom bushing is kind of half there and half gone. So I'm going to go ahead and change that out with a pin and bushing kit and see if I can show you how to do it. Alright, so you can see here I've got a piece of foam on a jack, and that's just so I don't beat up the underside of the door. And then because this is normally a two-person job, I've got the door propped up here with a piece of rope, and I can easily pull some tension on that. I've got it on a pulley up above. And you'll want to take note of which direction the pins are going. So this one is going up, and then the bottom one is going down. Okay, so the head of the pin is on the underside here. Alright, just use a screwdriver and a big hammer. The air hammer wasn't going to work because the bit that I had was actually too short. So I just use a straight screwdriver and a small sledge. Get that one out. Okay, so you want to be careful because now the top pin is just about out. I'm going to leave it in there just so the door doesn't flop on me. And I'm going to get the lower one out next. Alright, so the bottom one is going to go upward, so you need to hit it from underneath. And I can actually see the ring, or feel the ring on this one, so I'm going to try to get that ring off there real quick. This one you're kind of flying blind on. With the top one you could hit straight down. So that's the ring. I didn't mess with it on the top one because we just knocked it right out of there. But alright, so I'm going to use this 1/4 inch extension. You can see I've already ruined it. I can't get that on a ratchet anymore, so I'm sure I used it for the same type of thing in the past. This should allow me to get a better hit on it than that straight screwdriver did. And you can see I sprayed it down with penetrating fluid. Alright, well, we tried it without the air tool, so let's give it a shot here with the air hammer. See if that makes it any easier. I'd say yes. Okay, that popped right out of there. Okay, but if you don't have it, hit it real good a couple more times, it'll go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is actually make sure the door is supported the way I want it, and then I'm going to break these loose and clean these old bushings out of here, put the new ones in. Alright. So far the door is not moving at all. So I'm going to clean these bushings out here. I'm going to back it away to do that real quick. Okay, so I'm just going to roll it on my jack. This is where having two people would be nice, but you don't always have two people in these types of situations, so you got to figure out ways to do it for yourself. Alright, doesn't need to come out very far, just enough to get these bushings out. And you can see that one's actually broken. So it's kind of hanging in there a little bit. I'm going to actually have to break it a little more to get it out, I think. Okay, there's that. And take a look at it here. And you can see half of it's gone. So, alright, I'm going to keep getting these bushings out and then we'll put the new pins in. See that bushing's pretty much falling apart here. I think I'm just going to break it out. There's not much left to it. Alright, let me get the lower ones here real quick. Alright, so something I want to point out real quick is the bushings were on the door side on the bottom, and they're on the frame side or the body side up top. The other thing is, I think I mentioned it once, but the bushings are different size because you can see how up at the head of the pin it steps up. So that's the larger bushing. So whichever way the head goes, like this one was going up like this, because remember we pounded it down from the top, the larger bushing needs to be on the bottom. And likewise, the pin went down, so the larger bushing needs to be on the top here. So you want to make sure you get that correct. And then the other thing is you might need to clean these out a little bit because of the rust, and they've rounded out, and so you can tap these in place. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cleaned out, see if I can get them tapped in place for you. Okay, keep going along here. Alright, so this is where it'd be helpful to have a second set of hands, but I've managed okay, so it can be done by yourself. And you can see I'm missing my spring mechanism here. And actually it looks like it's broken off right there. That provides tension on the door. Okay, just give it a couple wiggles. Alright, see if we can line that up. It feels like I'm going to have to tap that in place real quick. There it goes. Alright, I'm going to get the bottom one in before I put the lock rings on. Okay, if you remember, the bottom one went down. Okay, so the trick is to have enough weight off the jack so you can actually pull it around a little bit. So that rope's actually just kind of taking some of the weight off, so I can actually move the jack. And now I need to line that up. Okay, so this one came with rings, and they're kind of bent one way, so you can see that they go in that direction. And what I'm going to do, there's a couple different kinds of rings too. I've seen like the circlip rings. What I've done is taken a 1/4 inch socket here. Actually, it's a 3/8 inch socket on a 1/4 inch extension, and so the pin will slip down into the socket, but the ring will not. So I'm going to use that to see if I can get that on evenly. Okay, so you can see how that works. The socket will slip right up over the pin, but it'll force the ring on. Just make sure it doesn't pop the pin out. That's it. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Let's test it out real quick. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you have a sagging door, doesn't matter if it's on a Blazer or not. That's pretty nice. By the way, this is the Blazer I just got for $500. Needs some brake work, needed door pins, needs a few things, but for $500, I don't think I did too bad. Needs a hood latch. So, thanks for watching. Take your time. There's no sag at all. You can do it. If you want to see more of this type of stuff, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Have fun.